G'day guys, in the last video we had a look at the demand curve. Now we're going to move on and look at the supply curve. So like the demand curve, the supply curve has price on the y-axis and quantity on the x-axis. And where the demand curve showed the total quantity of a good that all collective buyers were demanding for a given price, the supply curve shows the total amount of goods that all collective sellers are willing to offer at a given price. So once again, we look at it in terms of quantity actually being the dependent variable and price being the independent variable. So the axes are switched from where we'd like them to be, but this is just the way that convention dictates we represent it. So the demand curve, you'll probably remember, had a downward slope to it, and you can probably guess that the supply curve will then instead have an upward slope. And intuitively, I would say that this makes perfect sense yet again, because as the price goes up, you would expect that, well, if you're making more money from selling it, you probably want to sell even more of it. But let's go once again into more detail as to exactly how this curve arises. And to do that, we need to have a look at what's called the reservation price. So there's a reservation price for buyers, which is the maximum price that they're willing to pay to get an extra good. And for sellers, it's the minimum price for which they're willing to sell an additional good. So if the price goes any lower, they are not willing to sell any more. And this word